Hey everybody, it is Shireen with Plumcraft Crazy today, and I'm finally painting something fun. Yay! Not to say Stargate's not fun, it is, but these are my fun ones. So I cannot get a picture loaded of this mock-up, and plus I've been wanting to paint it anyway. This little bunny pickup, so I'm excited. Hi Brenda. So I'm painting, I don't know if you've seen the pictures of it. It's the little pickup and it's got eggs in it, and it has little bunny driving it. Isn't he cute? Can you see him? Little bunny driving it. And it's got some carrots in it. And then it has a little bunny butt. There's a little bunny butt coming out, like he's trying to hop into the back of the pickup. Anyway, super cute, and I'm dying to make it. And it says, the wording on it is, follow the bunny. He has chocolate. So that's what's going on this sign. And if you make this, it will not be exactly like this. This has, I mean, we can make it like that if you really want it like that. But this one was out in the garage, so I just grabbed it. So I do not know what is over the counter there, but here's something. So I've got tons of colors out here, pulling off my color wall. But the first thing I need to do real quickly is paint this background. And so this background, and I apologize up front, I'm going to start sneezing because there's a high pollen count today. And even with all my allergy medicine, my gosh, I have to have a conniption. So I'm going to do white with charcoal edges because I want the colors of the bunny pickup to stand out. Because this will be a nice bright colored one. So, guess what? I forgot my brush. And grab a brush, and you know I love these chip brushes. So I'm going to do, I think, white and then a little gray over the edges. I don't know. I'm going to play with it a little bit. I haven't got to paint anything for a while. It's been so cold that Matt can't even hardly go out there and make a sign. So, fortunately, he's out there building stuff right now for tomorrow. I got to show you the little 3D bunny. Because he's so cute. Look at that, Brenda. Is that not the cutest little bunny you've ever seen? I think he's adorable. He's made for the party tomorrow. Somebody's painting one of these tomorrow, and I just think, hi, Amber. I love when Matt does these little 3D things because they just kind of pop off the wood. They're not flat. So, anyway, we're building, getting ready for Easter and spring, people. So that's our little 3D bunny. And of course, you know, we have our porch bunny back here. And we're working on those tomorrow and some other spring signs. I miss seeing you. Well, you watch me sometimes still, don't you? Get on here. And I haven't been on here for a few days. I went for, I don't know, a week. I was on every day. Well, then I got stuck doing this Stargate stencil, which I'll show you the stencil in a little bit. It's turning out nicely, except that I have to finish the chevrons. So while my board is drying a little bit, I'll grab the Stargate one and show you. I mean, it was, I know why there's no Stargate stencils out there, because they're very difficult. Very difficult. Dozer, listen, Bulldog, you got to get out from under me. All right, let's see if I can pull you a smooch closer, tilt you down, and you can see, watch what I'm doing. So, you know, I'm in a dry brush. Dozer, honey, move. Move, honey. Oh, such a stubborn bulldog. Let me move this stuff out of the way. And I'm doing these pickups just a little bit different now. So, I have a little background that you can paint on, and then you lay the pickup on it and stencil those colors. So I'm going to see how that works. I don't know if I'm going to like that or not. I may eliminate the background pickup at all, but hey, we'll change it up. So I like to dry brush my wood. And this is a really, I'm not even sure where this board came from. But when you dry brush, you know, it doesn't have to be perfect because I'm going to come back with another color. But I like to really spread it out. And I do want it to be white mostly because I think this bunny will stand out better with bright colors on white. You could go cream. I mean, you could go with that whatever color you want. And I'm sure somebody's going to pick a color that I'm going to be like, oh my gosh. Oh, well, you can always watch the replay. I know, I randomly come on. I need to do more evening things for those of you that work. But see, if I do during the day, then you can take a little break from your work and actually watch something fun. So, so when you do white, if you're in any of my classes, you probably hear me say frequently, sometimes you got to go back over white again. Because as this dries, you'll start seeing the color of the board coming through. And if that's the look you're going for, then that's all good. But if that's not the look you're going for, so we have our mimosas and coffee party tomorrow. And that's what Matt is out there working on. Well, that he's making me a couple of shamrocks for Gina and Lavon, my two Irish girls. Not sure what the heck. That paint does not want to come out of there. I need to get my OCD guy, get all my paints out and get him cleaning up my bottles when he's watching Stargate. He'll get to geeking out on getting me all cleaned up. Oh, I'm so glad to be painting. I feel like I haven't painted forever. In fact, I was thinking about making something tomorrow while I'm at the party because I'm just like, I gotta paint something, people. Do you ever feel like that? I lost my sign. Yes, I'm assigned. I paint the edges. Not everybody in class does. You don't have to. It's not mandatory. So I'm going to paint the edges. Then I'm going to dry it because I have my handy dandy dryer. Not yet, Amber, but they will be. I just finished these, and then, well, I finished them a little bit back, and then I hadn't had time to do a mock-up to see if I've made any errors when I cut it. And then I decided to go ahead and just do a live one of these. And I found my error. I'll show you what it is in a second. So now I gotta go back and fix that real quick before I load them up. And I want to load up this video too. So, alright. So I've got a base coat here of the white. I'm going to dry that and I'm going to decide whether this is going to be white enough. Got my handy dandy dryer. Oh, you should paint something. Sometimes I just get a hankering to paint something. Sometimes it's like this is, I think this is white enough. Maybe not. I'll show you what I mean about it picking up. And it does it randomly. And white is one of those too that you just kind of have to dry it up. And then come back and paint. Same thing when you're stenciling with white, because white has a tendency to pick it up and put it down. Alright, see how much different than that one is? It's like this board decided to suck it up more than the other board. I don't know what that's about. So I'm going to add just a little bit more I want it to be just a little bit wider than that. So we're going to add. I'm going to get crazy because I'm going to come back with the charcoal. I like kind of a gray color around the edge, or maybe down the seams. I might make this look like a little fence. We do some fun stuff. And see, usually we cut off the tops of our boards, so I've got a whole bunch of scraps out there. We don't usually use the tops, but we may for some of our spring projects. That might be kind of cute. Alright, let's try that. Then I'm going to come back with gray. If you're hopping on, tell me you're here. Don't just be a stalker, people. I like to know who's out there. Don't get afraid. That's better. And I'm going to show you how I do the edges. If you have not been to my classes, this is exactly what we do in class, and I show you how to paint your board. And there's no technique that you'll see on my signs that I can't teach you to do in class. Everything is super simple, guys, so if you've not been to a class yet, Tuesday night is a great one to come to. Tuesday, I believe there's 15 sign selections. I won't do a custom, but you can bring a friend for half off. So 2 people for the price of $33.75 each. So it's buy one seat, get a second seat half off. And most of the time friends just split that. They don't. And that's at the winery, and it includes 2 glasses of wine. Alright, let's do... But that's a good one if you haven't been and you've been contemplating coming to the parties. You should. Test us out. You will not be disappointed. Alright, so now I'm using a charcoal. And it doesn't take very much. I squirted up way too much charcoal just now. So now with the charcoal, I'm going to really dry brush this. And I'm just going to dry brush around my edges. And I may do my seams and make this look more like a weathered fence. Simply because I've got these really cute little pieces at the top. So I'm going to dip, and then I'm going to knock most of this back off. So I've dipped the end of my brush. And then I come back. And if you notice, I'm using the same brush. And then I'm just going to come up or down, either way. And I'm doing really gentle brush strokes. And then my paint is almost gone when I do anything in the very middle, because I don't want anything to land heavy in my center. Now, what happens if I get too much gray? It's super simple to come back and just add a smidge of white. But you can kind of get caught up in that. Now I've got too much white. Now I've got too much gray, you know. So don't make yourself insane over it. But you want to use just barely any paint. And I'm going to do the heaviest at the bottom if I can. Very little down my middle. But the white has to be dry. So whatever color you painted your board, that has to be nice and dry in order to do this technique. Because if it's not, what happens is then I get a light gray. My stuff just starts to mix, and that's not the look I'm going for. I want 2 separate colors here. That's why I said it didn't take very much gray here. And I can't wait to paint the shamrock. I'm painting the shamrock for Gina. she's going to make the bunny tomorrow, but she didn't have time to do the shamrock too, and she wants to put it in her office, so I'm going to paint the shamrock. I'm really excited. Because we got a little cutie patootie on that, and I'll send that over to Amber on the thing, because it turned out super cute. I don't have a lot of requests for St. Patrick's Day, but I do, I'm just tapping it a little on the edges, just because I don't want them to be stark white. It's just too much stark white. So I'm just, and it's pretty much a dry brush. Voila. Kind of looks like a fence. Okay. Then, this has to be dry. Each step has to dry, and I always have my dryers unless I forget them. I have done that before. Can you even believe that? Because some of you move pretty fast in class, and you like to move on ahead. So I try to have my dryers set up for you. And I like these dryers because they have 2 speeds. And they get a little hotter. Alright, so my board is painted. Now I get to do my fun stenciling. So with this stencil, just so you know, if you're bringing a younger person with you, like a 14-year-old or 10-year-old or something, which they are perfectly capable of stenciling our projects, just look closely at the project that they choose and make sure it's not going to be too challenging for them. Now here's why our pickups are a little challenging, is because they're kind of a layered project. You're layering the stuff that goes into the back of the pickup, and sometimes you're layering stuff on the pickup. So stenciling the pickup itself is not difficult. It's doing everything in the back end of the pickup. Alright, so what I'd like to do is I like to go in and I like to lay my stencils out. Not that I'm going to leave them all on here, but I do like to lay them out first on my thing and see where they're all going to lay, and make sure they're not going to lay in an awkward place, or make sure that everything is going to fit. And this is what I mean on the layering. So see, we've got the eggs that go in there. We've got the carrots, and we have a bunny that's going in the back end. Not that a child can't do this, but you have to remember, if you're bringing somebody who's 10, maybe they're 16, or or they've been doing it, they're really crafty, then they'll be fine. Okay. And then I'm just laying my pieces in here just to make sure my follow is not going to lay on top of my eggs. Just to move forward a little bit. Or my carrots aren't going to lay. I mean, it'll be okay if it lays across a little bit of it. You just want to make sure that it's not going to get crazy. And see, you stencil those eggs, and you come back and you stencil some more eggs on top. So, okay, and you get your little bunny that sits inside. So I put him in the window, make sure he's not laying on top of that. But there's room for this to slide down too. Okay, so just always want to make sure everything is going to fit nicely. Alright, so this is the background one. And I don't know that I need to do the whole background. But I'm not even sure I need the background. I'm trying to decide. What do I want to do? I don't think I really want to do the background. Alright, what's the thought? Elimination. Elimination. Less confusion, the better. So I'm going to just do a little tape. Now I've decided I'm doing the pickup in a turquoisey color. It's a bluish turquoise. And so you always tape. I don't tape it, you don't have to tape it completely down. It's not going to get away from you. But I do put tape where I might stencil off. Like, see, this is really close to the edge of the board. And I don't want to get whatever color I'm stenciling here on the edge of the board. That requires cleanup. I prefer not to have to clean up too much of my wood afterward. I also don't like to put too much tape on because I like to be able to lift my stencil and look under it. You know I do. Because I make you in class. So I'm looking for stencil or for sponges. Sponges. I don't know if I'm gonna like this sponge. He may not be my friend. And I'm the worst at cleaning my sponges here. I don't. So I just cut off the ends. And now look, brand new sponge. Brand spanking new. Alright, so the first thing we're gonna do is stencil the pickup. And I've got this bright, it's called, this one's Bohemian Blue. I think this is the color I like. I think, oh yeah, that's a bright, pretty blue. Alright. This, and the pickups, anytime we do the pickups, you gotta get your hands a little dirty. The great thing about this is, I usually tell you to pounce off on your plate, but because these pickups have so much space, you can actually pounce off right in the pickup, and then you don't have to worry about pouncing off, and you cover a lot of area. But you want to make sure your sponge is ready to be at the edges. Which means, if you have not been to my classes, which means you don't have too much paint on your sponge so it won't bleed underneath. Now this one is going to require 2 coats. I can tell already. See, some of these colors are transparent, especially when you get into the pastels, the yellows, that kind of stuff. And again, it also depends on how porous the wood is. Sometimes the wood is so daggum porous. And each board is so different. And I'm not going to paint, and this is the other good news too on this white. You don't have to do a coat of white in order to get your pastel color to shine very well. And I'm not going to worry about getting it because I'm going to make that black in there. The tiger's going to be black. And black will cover anything. Or nearly anything, I should say. Whoops. Always make sure you're going straight up and down with your stenciling. And I'm going to fix this pickup so we don't have to hold it down so much. That's an error waiting to happen. see. Alright, alright. So by the time I get to the end of this pickup, I will probably be able to start back over here again and do one more coat. The stenciling usually dries pretty quickly. And yes, you'll get your fingers dirty, but the paint washes off. So it's okay. Those of you with gorgeous manicures, unlike myself, now I am pouncing off on my plate because I'm not wanting to get too much paint on here. We're going to go ahead and dry that just a smudge. So we're doing a bunny pickup if you're just joining me. So this little pickup, it's got words that say follow the bunny, he's got chocolate. And you can usually see when this craft paint is dry because it dries to a kind of a matte look to it. So I'm going to come back. I want to add one more coat to this. And I will probably take at the end a little brush and brush into this line. Just because it's very prominent and I don't particularly care for that. Yeah, 2 coats is going to do it. Kind of a sticky color. I like this color, but I'm a turquoise freak. I'm a turquoise freak. And then I'll go back in and I'll rust this up a little bit, this truck up, because I don't want them to look new. Now, some of you ladies won't want to rust yours up because you won't be able to take it. You know who you are. It's another reason I'm not overly picky about getting it perfect stenciling. It's because when I come back and add a little rust around the wheels and dirty it up a little bit. And that's a great thing too about the stenciling. You can keep it clean and crisp and perfect, or you can come back with little brushes. I've got some girls who paint with me that come back and spend a lot of time on the detail of their stencil. After they get the stencil on there, painted, they come back with little brushes or sponges and do all sorts of fun things to their trucks or to their, whatever they're stenciling, their flowers or what have you. So, that's what's, I just did that again. Hello. I'm having a few issues. I got in a hurry. That's what happens. See, it didn't take hardly any paint at all to do this truck. And on the door of the truck it says Happy Easter. And that's where I messed up. So here, see my Happy Easter? I forgot to cut the P and the A out correctly. But that's on the side of the door. Alright. Gotta grab something real fast. So, need a little bit of black. Just a smudge of black. Can I get a smudge out? Nope. So So before I take this stencil off, I'm going to stencil the tires. I'm putting the little round pieces in the middle because I want those to stay white or bright. And then I'm going to come back, and then when I paint the blue or the black, and then I can pull these off and they'll be in the middle. Just use a bit of this. I don't need much. That's not going to work. I thought it would. Alright. Grab another stick. I'm real picky about. There is a sponge I bought that I did not like at all. It was very porous and did not sponge well. It looked almost like little air bubbles. It's weird. Now this one you gotta be just a little careful unless you get so you don't get black over. Or you can take a piece of paper like this and lay it there. And that way you won't stencil on the truck. And that works nicely. Alright. One wheel down. One to go. Whew, that heater just kicked on in the house. Yikes. Almost used too much paint. My shamrocks.
Yeah, they're brand new. You know which sides are the front.
Awesome. That's my next project. Can't wait to paint those. They're going to have the cutest little leprechaun. I'm only painting one. Lavonne's painting hers. Got the cutest little leprechaun on them. Alright, and again, I don't worry too much about the truck tires because they're truck tires. How perfect do they need to be? But I do like them to look round. Okay, so this stencil is ready to be removed. That's one down. And I keep my tape because I can use it in the rest of the project. We'll look at it. Now, when you're stenciling in class, I will have you pick up and look underneath a little bit. And you always want to really pull this off almost immediately because you don't want it to stick to your stencil. And I'm going to save this actually because I'm going to come back and I'm going to dirty up my pickup a little bit. By that I mean I'm going to rust it up a tad. And I may use that stencil to do so. I like it. Alright, now this is when I need a little bitty brush. So you can take, so a lot of times I make cuts in the wood or in the stencil like right here. And there I made a mistake, see. But you know, I make a mistake every once in a while. I'll admit it. But see, everything is fixable. That's what's really great about these wood signs, is they are so fixable. why I'm worrying so much about it, because I'm going to come back and dirty it up, but that's where my stencil lifted, because I was in a hurry. What was I in a hurry for? Okay. And then I'm going to take, and I'm going to close up this back here. Because that's really only there because I need a window in my pickup. So I usually close that up. Nice. All right. So now we are going to, you know what? I wonder if I should just dirty it up right now. Let's go ahead and dirty that up right now. So I'm going to put this back on. Shouldn't have taken it off. And I'll show you what I mean by dirty it up. So I'm going to take a little bit of brown. Yeah. At least be shaken a little better. So I might mix a little brown and a little black into this. One of these little bitty sponges. So sponge, same thing, I just cut it up. Alright, so I'm going to dip. Again, I'm going to knock most of it back off, and I think I want just a tad bit of black in this, because this brown's not. And I'm just going to kind of rust it up in some places. And I'm just going to lightly tap. Now remember, if I get too much brown, I can always come back and add some turquoise. And again, I have very, very little paint on this sponge. I'm just kind of giving a dusting of it. Whoops. See, it's a good thing I'm not a dentist or something or a hairstylist, and every time I say whoops, you have to go, oh my gosh. She's scaring me. Oh, hell, I got a big old glob of black. Weird. Alright, now I pull this up a little bit and see. There, we're gonna leave it. Alright, now I get to do the fun part. Get to add all the stuff. So we start with the background. So I'm going to start in here with the see what I'm putting in first. What So I'm gonna do these carrots, I think, first. Now, any place that I have another color, did I use my white? Oh, I didn't have a white sponge yet. Any place I have another color, like this turquoise is showing through my carrot, I'll have to go in and do a light coat of white. And make sure that's dry before I do my carrot. Otherwise, I'll see this little bit of pickup showing through my orange carrot. The only color that you don't have to do this with is black. And I do it lightly because I don't want to push it underneath the stencil because then it has a weird line around it. Okay. And the carrots are going to be underneath or in the pickup. So I'm going to put a little piece of tape here so I don't stencil it. Now we're going to do a little orange for the carrots. A little green for the top of them. I'll make sure they're dry. I'm not going to need a tremendous amount of orange, and then I may add just a little bit of brown over the top of that, just so that they're not a flat orange. Again, you can do it any way you want. I'm going to start with this carrot over here, and orange and yellow are one of those crazy colors that typically require more than one coat. I didn't even put my mic on. I hope everybody can hear me. Then I'll use just a smudge of brown. Come on now. Picking up any extra. There we go. So by adding the brown around the edges, it just gives it just a little bit of dimension. My carrots have dementia. But that way they're not so flat. Nobody likes a flat carrot. All right, now let's see. I've got palm leaf green. Again, I don't need a whole lot of stuff. I can do a little green on the leaves. And then you can add, you know, a little black on them or brown to give them a little dimension. Or you can add a darker green too. See, this is that weird sponge I was telling you about. These little, I mean, it look, I don't know how to explain it. I don't know if I like these sponges. I'm going to come back and add just a smudge of brown, I think. Not feeling very daring with the black. Yeah, I like that. Come back and fix that in a minute. You could also take a little brush afterwards too and add some dimension to your leaves and stuff. And you don't have to do any of that. And don't get caught up in all the perfection of it. Because see, that's what it looks like when you pull it off. It looks so cute. Alright, so this carrot is done. Set that aside. I'm going to dry my little carrots. And I'm going to lay another carrot on top of it. Hi Lisa, how are you? How is California? I see you're doing some fun stuff out there. I think I saw that you signed up to be on Netflix or something. Wow. That would be fun. So I want to make sure that's nice and dry because now I'm going to take another carrot and I'm going to lay this little baby right on top of there. Now he's long enough, I could have him go up higher. I guess I will. I don't know. And let's hope he's not in top of the words, but we'll see. So again, see how I've got little green? I'm going to have to hit that with white. Because even though I'm doing orange and stuff, it will look odd. And again, I don't press very hard along the edges because I don't want to push paint. How did I get a big old thing of orange? Hot mess. It's like, I don't know if you saw my post where I went to Tulsa in my slippers. With my husband. That's how my week has been, people. Alright, make sure that's dry. And come back and do orange. Orange indeed. Kind of think it's a little hot. Try to figure out where my sponges go. Yeah. So I'm going to pull it back and look at it. So this time, I am going to take just a smudge of black. I'm just going to gently go on the edge so I can see this carrot. On top of the others. Because remember, he's laying on top. Or I can make them two different colors of oranges too. I like to make it difficult though. Alright. See how that looks. Oh, it looks good. It's not bad. Alright. Green with a little gray now touch because I dropped it in the gray. Oh. Alright, this one I'm going to make him a little lighter, I think, than the other two. Give him a little brightness. Then you know this would also be a little bit of a cute one to glitter on the eggs or do a little pattern on the eggs if you wanted. Alright. Carrots. Done. Alright. Dry that up. I always want to dry between the different stencils. We're going to do eggs next. And see, this paper I use, one side is smoother than the other. That's how I know how it's supposed to lay. White again. Right over the top of the carrots I just did. You just don't know where it's going to lay, so there's no way to determine what part of that carrot I wasn't going to do. Dozer, don't mess with my rug, honey. Alright. Dry it again. Then decide what color I want to do my Easter eggs. And I've got darker turquoise, I've got pink, I've got purple. I think I'm going to make them bright colors. I've got purple. I grab my purple, but I do have a purple. And then you can also come back and do little polka dots on them if you wanted to, or I will probably wait till the very end to decorate my eggs, simply because I don't know what part of the egg is going to be showing. But here's my little purple one. And again, there's going to be another egg that lays on top of it. Well, I might cut part of it off. And some of these pastels, again, you're going to have to do more than one coat sometimes. What is she trying to say? I think she's trying to communicate. Oh, I like this pink. That's a fluorescent pink. Alright. You can even add some metallics to your colors and kind of make them sparkly. I need a lime green, I think. Running out of space to put all my colors. I'm gonna use that green sponge I was using. That's a nice lime green. And keep stenciling, and you know, when you're stenciling, again, you want to use very little paint, very little pressure, especially on the smaller stuff. And if you're just joining me, I am doing my little Easter pickup in case you wonder what I'm doing. What is she doing? Losing my sponge, just trying to figure out where everything is. I think I'm going to do another coat on the little purple egg and the green egg. Because he didn't. And it could be these crappy sponges. I don't know. I feel like they almost look like they have little air pockets or something. Alright. That one's that. Do a little more green. I think the pink is pretty good. Alright, one egg down. Oh, those are so cute. Got a big hair, oh, not a hairball, but a paint booger right in the middle of it. I can fix that in a minute. Alright. Dry. I almost forgot to dry. And we're going to come back and we're going to lay the next eggs on top of those. Now your bunny, just make sure. Good. The bunny is going to lay right in here. So you have a little bunny that's zipping into the back of this pickup. His little bunny butt sticking out. Alright, white again. So to figure out what to do with my white sponge. There it is. That was a lot of... I know it seems like a total waste of time, but I promise you, you'll like the look of it much better. Than without that white. Allergies. Alright, dry it again. This is why I say it's not great for a 10-year-old. Unless they're extremely crafty. Alright. I'll do a green up here. Make sure. Maybe yellow or something. I'm gonna do pink over here. I was looking to see what color egg I had next to whatever I'm getting ready to paint, because I didn't want two purple eggs right on top of one another. So I'm putting pink over there. Then over here, purple. And you can do more colors than what I'm doing. And keep it pretty simple. Somebody asked me why I don't just tape to prevent this bleeding over into the other. Sometimes it'll pick up your other color or paint from over there. Do the dark turquoise. Why not? Have a dark egg. Ah. I almost cut my pink egg. Okay. A little turquoise. I'm going to add just a little more pink, I think. A nice, bright. That was way too much pink, but I'm going to go with it. Okay. Purple. A little purple. With a little white on the edges. Why does that happen? Tell you what, just to make me cray cray. And then I'll do the turquoise one more time with the turquoise. Alright, eggs are done. Pull those little babies off. And I keep my stencils because I'm going to come back and use them again. Alright, now we have the bunny butt. So here's our bunny pieces. His little butt. And I'm going to do a charcoal bunny. Because I do not want to outline my bunny. Now he's got a little straight line on it. So you can see he lays in the pickup just like against that. Just like that. And put a little tape on him. Oops. That's just where I want him. Right there. And yes, he is right on this. There's a line there, so it is what it is. So now I've got to mix me a little white with my charcoal. My white is kind of cloggy and I don't know why. Because I don't want him this dark of a charcoal bunny, I don't think. And the other reason, excuse me, I'm going to sneeze. The other reason I want him charcoal, excuse me, so I can see his little powder puff tail. All right. I think he'll be so cute. There we go. He was a little darker than I was planning. And then I've also got the bunny driver. And I'm also going to make him charcoal. Because you won't be able to see him in that pickup. And I'm hoping I don't have to do. Oh, good. Oh, my nose is going to run now. I'm so sorry. Whoops. Oops, 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 oops. Sound like a child with my nose. I don't want to, he's in the truck. I don't want him. Nothing like bending over and stenciling a runny nose now. Excuse me, people. Love allergies. Okay, sorry. Isn't that fun? Hi, Teresa. I am stenciling a bunny pickup. In case you wonder what is happening out here. There he is. There he is, Peter Cottontail. Alright, now I have his little feet and his little bunny tail will be next. Pull that one off. Come back with little bunny tail here. Now his bunny tail I am going to do white. So squeeze white out of that again. There we go. Which means anywhere where this is white, I may have to come back and outline, just so it shows up a little bit better. We'll see. We'll see. And I'm pouncing off on my little yellow card because my plate's so full. In case you wonder what is she doing? This is going to be a cute one though. And typically too guys, if you are painting this in one of my parties, the lines aren't usually quite as broad as this is. You know, the wood, he's got them a lot more close together. I just yanked this one out of the garage. I have to brighten that up. That's not quite. Do 2 coats on that little baby. Needs more white. Needs more white. Needs more cowbell. There. That's better. I want it to be bright white. This wasn't quite bright enough. Alright, that's better. Yeah. we've got the bunny in the back, we've got Easter eggs, and you could take and see where there's little places. You could take and fill that in if you wanted. With his little feet. So he's got little footsies, little feetsies. Yes. Hello. Does she know what she's doing? Maybe, maybe not. Do I have it on the right feet? That's just real close to the edge. Okay. All right. Where's my pink? And I probably could have done a little softer pink. This is whimsical. It's right on that line anyway, so it's going to be a little challenging. Oh, now you can see these bunnies. Now I can take too, and like I said, a lot of times it's kind of fun to come in and do a little detail work on it. Not too much. Oh, my nose, you guys. Need more white. Here we go. There we go. Whew. And you can come back in too with just a little dot pink. Oops, how about I actually get some paint on my an itty bitty dot there. A pink for his nose that's driving. And we're going to add just a little bit of little bitty black for his eye. And I use the ends of my paintbrushes a lot, guys. This is his little bow tie. Little bow tie. Then you could even come and put just a hair bit of pink in his ears here. Anything I do though, I try to do so that anybody could do it in class. There we go. I just want to add just a little bit of, this doesn't look quite right. I don't know why. Ugh. Cannot stand allergies. There we go, that's better. I want it to look a little rustic, but not falling apart. Alright. Voila. Am I about done? I am about done. So we got all his little bunny feet, we got all that. We've got his little Easter eggs. My happy Easter was here. I'm trying to put it on there so it looks right. Put it in white. It's a lot of paint. That H made me glad. I don't know. It's going to require some extra work. I'm right on that line. Told you I don't want to do any extra work. Telling you, this little sponge giving me a little bit of a fit. We're going to have a fight, and I'm going to win. The smaller the stencil, the more challenging it is. Okay. Okay, what is the deal? Try this one. Crusty on the edges. Alright, that's better. Then I gotta go and fix all the centers of my letters by hand. Because those I cannot put down. The centers with tape because they're too tiny. So I was laughing at myself. I'm like, really? Alright, we're about done, guys. If you're hanging with me to see the final reveal, we are at the tail end. The hard part is over. Alright, that's gonna be good as it gets. Good as it gets. My runny nose. I'm so sorry. Alright, now, last but not least, here's a piece of pink. Good grief. Yes. Go ahead and dry that so I don't run my hand through it. Alright, follow the bunny. Best way to see if something's centered is to put it on there and then hold it up in front of you. To dig that piece of pink out later, I guess. That is not straight whatsoever. That's funny. Maybe it was. Maybe the words aren't. Letters aren't. Alright. Follow Bunny. He has chocolate. Like I said, you can go back and decorate your eggs, put little chevron things on them or whatever. Alright, black it is. Just pouncing off on my piece because I have no room on my paper plate any longer. I just bled that out. This is a pretty rough board too. And I like to peek. Oh, I did not bleed it. Well, it's a miracle. Thought I did. I did not. It's taking shape. So we are painting a bunny truck if you're just joining me. And yes, this has been the marathon. These trucks take a little bit of time because they're layered. And you got to dry underneath each layer. Then you have to put a coat of white sometimes. So know that if you pick the bunny, any of my trucks, but they're worth it because they turn out really cute. But I like them layered. Alright, and we're just about to the tail end. We're just doing the letters. Follow the bunny. He has chocolate. If you don't get black on dark enough, it'll look gray. One down, one to go. I think this is so cute. My dog's going crazy. All right. And like I said, you can grab a little brush and add a little detail if you want to the truck or to the bunnies. I did. I added some little eyes to the one driving. See, look too plain. And I just did that with the back of the end of a paintbrush. His nose. And his ears and stuff. Just add a little pink too, so it won't be so plain. And I did him gray because the background's white, and I didn't want not show up. Where do you think that pink's coming from? So if you've never painted with us, I use paper stencils. That way we can just toss them in the trash. I don't have to clean them. One less thing. All right, we're almost to the end. Let's see what it looks like. Nice. Nice. All right. My purple just. Remember I dipped into the white by accident? I don't know how that happened. All right, let's go back and do. You know what? Let's do this. You can also do polka dots with these. Hello, Kathy. I didn't know you were on. Then I didn't look up because I was busy. Busy. Oops. Kind of flubbed up that little. I'll fix it when it dries. Always fix everything when it's dry. Now, do you think I can do stripes? We'll see. We'll leave some of them solid. And you could draw them on there first. But I'm not going to. Get them?
Make sure I didn't miss anything.
All right, we are done. Finally. Except for me when I have to fix my little weird little place there. All right. Oh, one other thing. Because I messed it up. This is that stencil I told you I kind of flubbed. I got it fixed before somebody wants it. Before I send it out. Otherwise you got no little middles there. That's funny when I do that. That's better. No, it's driving me crazy. Okay. There we are, finally. Oh my Lord. If you hung with me or popped on and off, here we go. So you could decorate, like I said, the eggs. You could put glitter on them if you wanted to. You could fancy up the pickup. But overall, I think it's cute as the dickens. So, anyway, whew. This is Shireen. Let's back up here. Hello. So, get signed up. We still have parties left. There's still time to do this cute little Easter truck. Again, typically our signs are squared off just like the bottom. This is one I just grabbed out of the garage. But if you like the little top pieces, you just need to message me and tell me that you want your truck to, or your sign to have that. Not everybody can have that because we only have the tops of a few things. So we've got lots of choices. You know, we've got our cute little Easter door hangers. We have our porch, little cutie patootie porch ones. We've got our 3D bunny that I showed earlier. So sign up on our website, plumcraftcrazy.com. And I'm going to paint a shamrock. So I'll pop on here and show you what that looks like at the end. How about that? Y'all have a great day. And this is Shireen saying, stay crafty, peeps.